Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the OCNJ Local, your podcast for everything happening here in America's greatest family resort. We're your hosts, Domenick Dougherty and Drew Fasy.
And we are your local guys.
We're out on location again. Today we are with some very special guests here. We're here with Andrew and Ian, and we are upstairs in the back of the Promenade where these two gentlemen have saved a piece of Ocean City history. If you can see the sign behind us, I'm going to step off here. All right. These guys have put together and recreated a little bit of Wonderland magic here in the back of the Promenade Food Court. So Andrew and Ian, thank you so much for being with us today. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, our pleasure. Our pleasure.
And shout out to the Barada and Saluda families.
Yeah, for having these gentlemen with this pretty awesome display that we're going to show you here in a few minutes. But first, we wanted to, meet these gentlemen who so much loved Wonderland and what Wonderland stood for, that they've made this sacrifice to keep a piece of it alive. So, Andrew, why don't you tell us a little bit about, your background with Wonderland and how we got to this point?
Sure. So my name is Andrew Boylan. I've been coming to Wonderland Pier since I was 2 years old, way back in the mid-'90s. And I always loved going there with my family. And I developed, I don't want to say an obsession, but definitely an interest in not just the amusement industry, but with Wonderland's history as well. And then when I was 19, I got the opportunity to start working there. And I worked there for the next 13 years, up until its closing day in 2024.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was a great time. I did everything. I was a ride operator, and then I moved on to maintenance. And as time went on, I was always collecting things from Wonderland. I would have tickets. All of our tickets used to have years on them when they would sell them. So when I was a kid, I would always sell tickets from every year. And the longer I worked there, every time management would throw something away, I would either trash pick it, or they would say, "Hey, do you want this?" Because they knew, the management knew how much I loved the place, so they would give it to me. So I would just keep collecting all this stuff. So when the place closed, my first thought was, well, is anything going to be saved from here? Because I knew everybody was going to want to start buying everything. But the one thing that I wanted to save was my favorite part of Wonderland, which was the man and dog animatronics, because that was the only reason I kept coming back to Wonderland. I loved animatronics. I've been a big fan of Chuck E. Cheese and Showbiz Pizza Place and all that stuff. So that's where those guys came from. They used to be a Chuck E. Cheese band, and so
Roy Gillian brought them in 93, right?
93.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, 92, 93, around that time. So my friend Ian and we started doing YouTube videos on us restoring them in Wonderland. This is around 2015, 2016, around that time. And we started bringing them back to how they looked when I was a kid, which was this railroad kind of look, because they had gone through many changes over the years. And we made this video, and it just exploded. And we started getting fans and families from all over the country saying that they were just coming to New Jersey just to see this, because their kids are obsessed with it. And so we kept doing videos every year. We did Christmas videos, we did behind the scenes videos, we did documentaries, all on our YouTube channel. And we didn't want it to end when Wonderland ended. So I talked to Jay Gillian and management. I was able to get the show, and it didn't stop there. I kept going to Obnoxious Antiques, which is the company that bought a lot of our artwork, and we managed to get a lot of that stuff. And the collection just kept growing. And I thought, we have to have this on display somewhere. And after looking for a couple months, the Promenade saw an ad I put on Facebook. They called me up, and here we are.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Ian, how long did you work at Wonderland?
So I started working at Wonderland in 2019.
Okay.
Is just because I was just looking for a summer job that year. I already knew Andrew's videos through his channel on YouTube. I was and I know how he had an obsession of the man and dog animatronics. I did realize that he wants to bring the look back to how they did when they were first brought in the 90s.
Yeah.
The process wasn't complete yet at the time when I started working there, so I jumped in and I helped them out build all these things from scratch, all these uniforms and some more cosmetics, and and I started joining his videos right when the summer hit in 2019, and we went from there. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, and that was you were actually a blessing big time, because at the time, it's funny that he says this, because so in 2019, so we brought the 90s look back in 2015, but I didn't know how to recreate a lot of the hats that they wore and all that, because I mean, like, where do you find hats that big? You know, what do you do? Do you make them? Do you order
Drew's
them?
got a couple.
I was going to say Dom might have something.
I got the microphone though.
Well, I was talking to management, and I was thinking, okay, how do we do that? And he started working at Wonderland, and he said, "Oh, by the way, I can make those hats." And he showed me. I think the first thing you showed me was Tony's top hat. Was that the first one? Or was it Bubba's railroad? Was it the railroad hat?
It was actually the mustache and beard and then the dress for Henrietta.
Right. Okay. So he made that from scratch just by looking at the photographs that I had from the 90s, and we didn't have to order it. We didn't have to. He just made it, and I said, "How did you make that?" He said, "I'm great with sewing. I know how to do it." So I said, "Oh, okay." Because originally, you made the men's.
I already had several years prior of experience with sewing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because you made the mustache and the beard. Because what I was using originally was like a piece of cotton, and it looked terrible. It looked awful. But when you made it, I'm like, no, that looks like 1998. We have to use that. That's perfect.
That's awesome.
That's cool partnership.
Well, without further ado, we're going to take a quick break here and give a shout out to Gabriel Garage Doors, who's sponsoring this episode here for us today. And we're going to come over and we're going to see some of the amazing work that Andrew and Ian have done to bring the Man and Dog Show back to life, as well as a few other of the iconic animatronics that were once at Wonderland Pier. So we'll be right back. Peace.
Okay, so here we are. These guys are standing on the original stage from Wonderland Pier, and these are the animatronics dating back to 1993 when they opened it at Wonderland Pier, and they've been refurbished. Talk about what we have here, guys.
Okay, so we're actually standing on the original stage next to the Man and Dog animatronics that we've had in Wonderland.
When you say original stage, what do you mean?
So this is the original stage that they've been sitting on since 1992. When we took the show in 2024, we took the stage with us. Wow. We popped all the planks out, and we're going to have a video coming out in the middle of July because we filmed the whole process of taking the show apart. So keep an eye out for that. So what we have here are the original animatronics that were in Wonderland Pier for over 30 years. We have Antonio and we have Hank right here. This usually this is what a lot of the fans refer to as the man and the dog. That's where we got that name from. We have Henrietta, we have Rocky, and we have Bubba. And this is the order that they've always sat in. When we took the stage apart and took the show, we redesigned the stage to look exactly the way it did in Wonderland. So if you came up to Wonderland Pier, up to the monorail, this is exactly what you would see. The only difference is that there's no roof above them with spotlights, but we wanted to hang the shipping and receiving sign up there too, because that was above them too for a long, long time.
I remember this well.
Yeah. So we have, for anyone that's interested in how the show works, these cotton barrels right here are actually speakers. This is where the music comes out, all the dialogue comes out. We have 3 speakers right now. This one doesn't work because this is an original speaker that's been there since the early 90s. And I think this speaker came with the show, so it doesn't work, but we use it for decoration because it still says cotton on it. And it's been like that for years. But these 2 speakers were replaced, so they work now. We've gone through a lot of paint jobs on the banjo right here. We refurbished that. I think all of their fur has been retouched too in recent years, right? Because we have another guy on our crew,
Right.
Anthony, and he does amazing work with all of this. Because he would look at the photos that we had from 1997, and he would say, you know, Bubba's fur actually looks more like this. I think I can get that fur. It's a shade darker. We can make that. I'm like, okay, go ahead, do it. And he would do it, and I was like, okay, yeah, that does look like the 90s. That looks better. I like it. So
quick question.
Yeah.
The top hat and the mustache.
Yes.
That's Ian's top hat and mustache there.
Yeah, then Anthony retooled it a little bit.
yeah, Anthony.
That top hat's impressive.
Yeah.
It is.
I know,
It's
and
really cool.
the best thing about it is that so in the 90s, originally all these hats were stuck to their heads with pins or maybe a staple gun or something or glue. This is Velcro. This can come right off. So when Anthony redid all the hats and everything, he's like, no, let's make it easy to come off. Because if we ever need to get inside the head and fix something, like if the eyes break or if something breaks, it's easier to come off. I thought, okay, that's a good idea.
So that's kind of a good segue there.
Mhm.
When you got the show from Wonderland,
Mhm.
what kind of state was it in as far as the animatronics go?
Oh, it was in good shape because
Yeah.
my friends and I, all of us on the YouTube channel, we've been preserving this show at Wonderland ever since 2015. So every spring and summer, we would come up here and work on the show, and we would document it and put it on YouTube. And we loved doing it because we had so many families and fans and kids that loved it and looked forward to it every year. And we have people even from other countries that have watched us that
Wow.
couldn't even see it in person that love it. So like I said, you know, when 2024 came and Wonderland closed, we didn't want to stop making videos because we love doing this. So that's one of the reasons why I bought the show. And also, this was my favorite thing in Wonderland
Yeah.
Pier, so I didn't want to lose this.
Now, did you guys have like an electrical background or a robotics background, or did you just kind of figure it out as you went?
I kind of figured it out as I went along.
Because I imagine, like, you know, nowadays you YouTube everything.
Yeah.
Probably not many YouTube like, how do I fix animatronics? Like,
No. In fact, so they were in a lot of so they were in a state of disrepair for a long time. And I remember even in the 90s, there would be times when I would go up and put the money in and they wouldn't even move. Like some of them would move, some of them wouldn't move. They would be broken. Because for the most of the time, management wouldn't really work on this. They were working on the rides. They had a specific person that came up and did this stuff.
yeah.
So that guy would come up and work on them maybe once every 7 years. You know, usually. Because, well, when you play these over and over again, they tend to break down and stuff happens.
Yeah.
So I was always a big fan of these guys, and then I started doing it, and then I became the guy that worked on them. But the one story that I always like telling this one is I wanted to figure out how to fix the air pressure, because you would play a show and they wouldn't move very well. They would either move very slow or not. They wouldn't look more alive. So I actually went to a Chuck E. Cheese in West Deptford, New Jersey, who still had their animatronics, and I asked their management, could you show me how your animatronics move? And it was the same system that we have. Because
Okay.
these guys are former Chuck E. Cheese. And he showed me, here's how you loosen the air pressure, here's how you tighten it. And I came over here and it was the same thing. I said, let me mess around with that. And after a few hours of doing that, they look more alive than ever now.
That's so
Wow,
cool.
So-
that is cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So you also saved a few other things. Well, let's talk about the show before we go into other stuff.
Sure.
Because
Yeah.
obviously this is your favorite thing.
Yeah.
About how long is the show if you were to play from start to finish?
About 18 minutes, 20 minutes.
18 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow.
They do 7 songs.
7 songs?
Mhm.
That's pretty amazing. So it's all how is the programming of that? Is it programmed internally, or do you have like some external software that runs it?
So the program originally was done on reels and then it's gone through a couple changes over the years. It went from reel to CD to now it's on a little flash drive.
Mhm.
So the system that we use for them isn't even around anymore. So we have other songs from the singer that does Rocky the Panda's voice, and we would like to put them in the show. we're having a hard time doing that because we're dealing with old technology here.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we can't do it at the moment.
It's not in the cloud, is what you're saying?
Not at the moment, no. But I think somewhere down the line we will do that because I would love to put in more songs and add to the show. I would love to do that.
We actually got in touch with someone who knew the guy who installed the audio for these guys back in 1995. Yep.
So there is a chance.
Yeah.
There's a chance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a chance.
Yeah.
And there's one other side thing I'd love to say about this show. So this scale right here, this has been a part of the show for as long as I can remember. This actually belonged to Jay Gillian's grandfather, David Gillian, who started the Fun Deck. He started the Gillian's Amusements nearly 100 years ago. This was at the Fun Deck. It was one of those games where, like you stand on the weight, guess your weight kind of thing, win a prize, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I remember when we bought the show, I don't think Jay Gillian knew that he sold me this at the time. So when we were putting this in the truck, I remember he came up to me and he said, "Hey, Andrew, please take good care of this. This was my grandfather's." I said, "Jay, it's not going anywhere. It's going to be a part of the show. It's going to stay here."
Super cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That is cool. Height.
Stick as well.
Yeah, that comes out too.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just for show. Like
So-
we don't let people on the stage.
Right.
It's just for show.
Yeah. So if a family comes up and they want to see the show, will you go through the whole show? How does that typically work if you're coming up to see the Man and Dog show? So you grab some food in the promenade, you come up, watch the Man and Dog show. Take us through what a guest would experience here.
So originally, when they were at Wonderland, you would come up, you would put money in the dollar box, and they would start singing. Now, we kept the dollar box. When we move the show over here, when we have people come up, we usually tell them, well, first of all, we tell them what we're doing up here. And then we tell them this used to be at Wonderland. If you want to sit and watch a show, we have some chairs here. You can get food. You can come in and watch it. And usually a lot of the kids love this. They love it. I mean, and it's even better because now we have a dance floor here. We didn't have that at Wonderland.
Yeah.
So now they have all the room to dance around the room, singing, listening to the music. And it's just a great time. And sometimes people will ask about the history. And the big question I always get is, how did you get these guys?
How did you get it?
Well, about 10 years before Wonderland closed, the operations manager would always tell me, if Jay Gillian ever gets rid of them, you're going to get them. You're going to get them because I know how much you love these things. And then Wonderland announced that they were closing, and I was really nervous during that time because I thought I wasn't going to get them. And after a lot of negotiating and pleading and talking, I was able to get them.
Awesome.
So, yeah, not for free, but I was able to get them. So,
And here they are, still in Ocean City.
yes.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you've done here, really.
Yeah.
Preserving this piece of history, for so many families. So, one of the things that I remember during the whole closing process was, the memories and all those things. And, this is a chance for families who have memories at Wonderland to come and enjoy and share those with the next generation. So, you guys really are doing a great service here to Ocean City and its history.
Mhm.
Well, before we put on the show, because we're not going to show everyone all this stuff and not show at least one song, tell us a little bit about what else you saved here.
All right, so we've moved over to another piece that these guys have saved, the Monkey Band. Tell us about this, guys.
So this has been a part of Wonderland since the early 70s, I think, maybe the mid 70s. And the only reason I know that is because when Wonderland was closing, I had a guest come in here and say, "I've been watching these guys since 1975. So I'm like, okay, that narrows it down. We did a lot of refurbishment work on these guys the last summer Wonderland was open. And I really wanted to own this as well. But I was told by management that unfortunately we had a maintenance man that worked on them in the 70s and 80s, and he was going to get the show. So I said, okay, that makes sense. He worked on them. I'm getting them. He can get that. That's fine. Well, unfortunately, there was a miscommunication, and he never got them. And I found out that Obnoxious Antiques, who bought all of our artwork, got them. So I immediately called them up, and I was able to save it. And the one story I love to tell is they told me over the phone, they said, it's this amount of money for the monkeys. It's this amount of money for the monkeys in the cage. I said, forget the cage. I'll make my own cage. I know how to, I have carpentry skills. I can do it. So we had to rebuild the cage. But the good thing about this one is that there's no plexiglass in front of it like the old one had.
I remember that. I remember that.
So you can see it a lot clearer now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so here we are at the third piece with Nick the Panther as the centerpiece. Tell us about this stage, guys.
Okay, so this stage, originally, we were thinking of putting the monkey band on, but it was way too big, and the monkeys are a lot smaller. And one of the guys that helps us with all this animatronic work, Sam Lombardo, he decided he wanted an animatronic, so he decided to buy this guy. This guy was not in Wonderland Pier, but he bought this for our collection. This is Nick Panther. He has a lot of shows programmed into him. But everything else on the stage is from Wonderland Pier. So it's pretty much just another show that we have. He plays rock and roll music from the 50s. He has a lot of medleys in here. He even has a Christmas show in here, which is good because the Man and Dog does not. So at Christmas time, if we ever have people up here, we usually play him a lot more.
Yeah, he's part of a band called Mick Jaguar and the Sly Cats, which is an animatronic band from an arcade chain called Timeline Arcade.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a lot of this artwork we were able to save that our peer artist Wayne Seddon had made, and he's been with Wonderland since 1989, and he was there all the way up until the end.
Wow.
So all this artwork he made for a lot of rides and attractions that Wonderland had over the years, and thankfully we were able to save it. I did not think we were going to be able to save this horse. That, Ian, because that was your idea to get the horse, so I'm glad we saved that. Yeah, and we added we have a few things from the log flume in here. We have this piece right here. This actually used to hang in the ticket booth where you would buy tickets. This is Wonder Bear walking through the Raiders ride, that Jungle Gym ride. And then once we had everything on here, I thought, to class up the stage a little bit, why don't I make a piano? So I actually painted this piano on here. The stage did not have this. We painted this.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. So before we go to the actual part of the show, so we're standing in this space at the Promenade, and it's a great space, big space with a dance floor. You have all these attractions. You have tables. What's your plan for this space? What do you want to do up here?
So we are,
aside from the actual shows, which are cool.
So we are hoping to have birthday parties up here. We only plan to.
This is a great space for a birthday party.
Oh, it is. It's a great space. We have so much space. And also, we have a pool table up here. We have foosball up here. Those aren't ours. They're a part of the room. But again, it's some games that you have.
And you can bring the food right up from the Promenade.
Exactly.
Gianluca can bring up his pizzas. Roy can bring up his cheesesteaks. Your business.
Yeah, we're hoping to have birthday parties up here throughout the spring and summer only, because when the Promenade closes in the wintertime, we won't be open up here. We can't have these animatronics running in the wintertime in these conditions. But it's also a great nostalgia trip for a lot of people who love Wonderland, and even people who don't know Wonderland, who never got a chance to go. This is the next best thing that we can offer. And the great thing about this room is that we do have a lot more Wonderland stuff coming, because we're in the process of getting more artwork. I have a lot of people that have stuff I have people that are willing to donate stuff to us, which is great. So this museum is going to get bigger and bigger as time goes on. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see.
Very cool.
I'm going to slip in here real quick because I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So you said you're hoping to have birthday parties and things like that. If a family comes up and they want to watch, they said you kept the dollar box, but you don't need the dollar box to start. So is there a fee to watch the show, or?
So at the moment right now, there is no fee to watch a show. We don't charge people to come up into the room. Most people want to come in just to see what it looks like. We do have tips available. We also are selling merchandise up here. We have Wonderland Pier shirts that our original t-shirt artist made. We have coloring pages for the kids of all the Man and Dog characters. And it's just, we are generating some money, but mainly it's the birthday parties is what we're trying to get across in here.
Awesome. Or if there's any businesses out there that might want to sponsor this to help keep this piece of Ocean City alive, you know where to find these gentlemen now, or reach out to us. We're happy to help you guys too, because it's really cool what you guys are doing.
Yeah, continue to grow and thrive up here on the boardwalk. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, you guys want to put on a show for us?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Yippee! Welcome to Wonderland Pier, that is. Sure hope everyone's having a great time.
This is going to be a request show.
Hot dog! I'm requesting a ride on the log flume.
Not that kind of request, Hank. Song request.
Like we have on the radio? Right, Bubba. We've done received so many requests
that we decided to oblige with this special show.
We sure heap of nice guys. You got it. And our firstest number is to Big Mama from Tadpole. Here we go. Wish that I was on old Rocky Top down in the Tennessee hills. Ain't no smoggy smoke on Rocky Top, ain't no telephone bill. Once I had a girl on Rocky Top, half bear, the other half cat. Wow, that's a mean but sweet as soda pop, I still dream about that. Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. I've had years of cramped up city life, trapped like a dog in a bin. All I know is it's a really life, can't be simple again. Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee.
Ooh-wee. Hey, Rocky, did they name Rocky Top after you?
Shoot, no. When I was born, my mama took one look at my bald head and said, "He looks just like Rocky Top." Of course, I'm improved with age.
So if you want to see more of the Man and Dog Show, the Monkey Band, and Nick the Panther, did I say that right?
Yep.
I got it right. Nick Panther, sorry. Drew, you love that band name. I was so happy. You were so lucky I was not in there because that was totally a Drew Fasy band name for sure. But anyway, if you want to see more of this, guys, and experience a little bit of history of Ocean City, come up to the Promenade, grab some food, head up to the back, and come see Andrew, Ian, and all this amazing work they've done. Gentlemen, really thank you for having us. Thank you for coming out here and showing us what's absolutely incredible what you guys have done. It's really cool. So we wish you guys the best. Come on out, see the show. What days are you guys here normally throughout the summer?
So normally we try to be here every day once we get into the middle of June. We might not be here every day, but on big holidays like 4th of July, Labor Day, we'll definitely be open. But we try to be here every day as we can.
Awesome. What time do you typically get here?
Usually we get here around 4:30, 5 o'clock. Usually at nighttime we open. We're not open during the day because everybody's on the beach during the day. So usually right around between 5 and 6 is when we open. And we'll stay open until about 10:30.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, come on out, see the show, grab a coloring book, grab a Gillian's Wonderland t-shirt, leave these gentlemen a nice tip because they deserve it. It's truly amazing what they've done.
Check out their videos on YouTube and remember to like and share the OCNJ Local.
Yes. What is your YouTube channel name, just for people who might want to see this?
Actors 317.
All right. So go subscribe to Actors 317 and make sure you're subscribing to us. We got some good things coming in the summer as well too. Not as cool as this, but we're gonna try. Thanks everyone for tuning in. This has been the OCNJ Local, your podcast for everything happening here in America's greatest family resort. Peace.